no. Oh, we got some feedback loop going on. Hold on. Oh. Oh, that's horrible. Hold on. Check, check. Stop!
At the University of Arizona Global Campus, we are proud
Damn.
to offer over 50 career-focused online programs to a fierce community.
I got a weird feedback loop going. Like, really weird. I only have one input capture, so I don't know what the hell's causing that. What the fuck? I'm half a second away from never doing YouTube again, I swear to God, just because of sound. I had to put on my old headset because my other one got broke already, brand new. So yeah. I can't see chat. I don't know why I can't see chat, because there probably is no chat. But I've got a really funky feedback sound coming over this. Let's switch this around. No, it's actual sim doing it. It's strange. The sim's making that noise. Not me. It's the sim. Great. Hello, Mr. TPHI. Hello, Colonel. So that feedback sound is actually the sim, so whatever. I was going to do this and get things started. And Sadie's going crazy because she hasn't seen anybody in a while. Going on the floor. On the floor. Icarus got the big twin out. Hey, you can sit up there and you can have fun, but you're not going to go bonkers. You're going on the floor, you go bonkers. No. Icarus. Icarus is already getting Sadie wound up. I see that already. No, no. You go on the floor. You're going to learn. You'll learn one way or the other. You'll spend the whole stream on the floor. No, get on the floor. She's got to learn one day. There's Icarus. Now she's going to go nuts because she can see Icarus. There we go. Hello, everybody. I'm back from vacation. Not really that rested. It was quite a trip. So I figured I'd chill out and talk about it and see how things go. No. Get my brakes off. I remember what button's what. There's the brakes are off. We're in ground idle. With throttles, yep. Or with our props. Taking off on 10. I should have taken the Starship. I didn't know Colonel just got the Starship. I would have taken that instead. I'll do an IFR next week for the Starship just because I haven't taken it out in ages. We were stuck with crappy microphone. And I'm stuck with crappy sound. Yeah, I'm in the Catfish. I certainly am. Oh, by the way, if anybody's interested, if you use Where to Fly today, they now have settings for like TBM style turboprops, mid-level turboprops, high altitude turboprops, all kinds of new settings so you can zero in more on what plane you're flying. It'll be closer to the distance or time frame you're looking for. They really upped their game on it. The latest update to that is awesome. The best part is you don't actually update it, it just updates. Altitude 35,000 feet, no warning lights. Lights are on, seatbelt signs on, we're good. We are good. Sound fire video. Probably sounds fine to a lot of people on phones because that's just the way it goes. Take a moment and say a prayer to Brett. Since I was on the road when he lost his brother, very, very sad to hear that. Yeah, streaming community small and hit pretty hard. So I'll take a moment to acknowledge that. We send our prayers to Brett and his family for such a terrible time. Um, don't know what else to say. Kind of lost words there. Not much to say. It's just rough. Sucks. To lose a young person. To lose anybody in your family's bad enough, but when they're young, it sucks. So, other than that, my trip kind of sucked. The time I spent with my sons was fucking awesome. We didn't get to drive to the bottom of the Grand Canyon because we spent way too much time up on the rim. Because he and his girlfriend wanted to see the skywalk and shit like that. We didn't realize how fucking expensive it was before we got there. That was insane. But we spent so much time up there that we didn't have time to go drive down to the bottom, so I'll just have to go out and we'll do it again. The desert was actually in bloom. There was flowers all along the roads, all the way out there, because it rained just a couple days prior to me getting there. So that was pretty cool. Desert in bloom. The water, I went to take y'all up to where the petroglyphs are. I got pictures of petroglyphs, but the water wasn't flowing. And it, like, for a long ways up. We found a spot where it was creeks weeping out of a rock, and there were so many bees there, and it was a little tiny narrow canyon we couldn't get through without probably getting stung to death, and we were both in shorts and shit hiking in the desert, so that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. Rattlesnake country. Oh, we had a good time. I met his girlfriend. She's a sweetheart. She keeps him in line. Oop, he just disappeared. Why the hell that happened, but stop. Get on course here. Yeah, that made the trip worthwhile. The trip itself wasn't so great. Lots of shit. I mean, the views were great, but lots of shit went nuts. Throttles up, props up, brakes off. Watch the RPMs, watch the RPMs. Watch the torque. Burn a turboprop after all. There we go. Get out of the red anyways. Where's 120? You can get off the ground. There we go. I got to see some cool planes. I got to actually see a guy building a Velocity XL. Unfortunately, several of the people didn't want me to take pictures of their planes, which kind of sucked. But that is what it is. I understand. There's Icarus and Long Nuts both. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pop the autopilot on. Nav mode. There we go. Flight level change. Make sure the director's on. We're going to go flight level change. We're going to set the speed down. Yeah, 119 ought to be good. Gear up. That would help. Flaps up. One of the planes is really cool. I put it on Icarus's thing. He's funny. He said every time he lands somewhere where they don't know the plane, it's a BE 130. That every time he lands somewhere where they don't know the plane, they call in a wrecked aircraft, an aircraft water landed, emergency landing on the water, because it's a pontoon. It's not a pontoon boat, but it is. It's a float plane, but it floats with the wings in the water. It's a low wing float plane, and the wings are actually in the water when it's landed, so people think it's crashed. He said there have been several times people have called in and had a fireboat come running out. There's nothing wrong. It's just the way it sits in the water. Really cool plane. And then the Velocity was awesome. Got to see my son's plane. He didn't give a shit if I took pictures of that. Unfortunately, he's got 3 more days of final check rides, and they can take passengers without an instructor. He'll be totally done and dusted. And that's the end of the month here coming up. He's got 3 days of flights, and he's completed his cross country, his night cross country, his instrument. He's completed all that shit. He's just got 3 more final exam to go. And the best part is he's got his almost all his flights in his Debonair, which is considered a high performance aircraft. So he's got his high performance endorsement before he actually has his full license. So that's cool. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to fly next time. Next time. I'm on live weather, but not live time. We're in Africa, by the way. I'm sure most of you figured that out already. That thing's, the XF-11's just going to scream by us all the time. Stop. Going out, we were supposed to get to Truckee, California, which is the first town inside of California as you leave Reno. And we were supposed to be in Truckee at the exact same time the big boy train was supposed to be there, which is touring the U.S. And everybody on board, the conductors and everybody, were pretty excited to get to see that beast of a train, that we were going to time it perfectly to see it. We'd be in Truckee, they'd be in Truckee at the exact same time because they were on display. And when we get to the Sierras, there's 18 inches of snow, full-on blizzard, another 30 inches of snow predicted. So it was a full-on fucking blizzard. Couldn't see anything. So they decided to cancel the big boy going up through the snow. They were going to go around the snow rather than take it up through that blizzard. But they had it parked in Rosewood, California, while they were trying to decide which route they were going to take and how they were going to get there. Well, we're coming into Rosewood, California. So they're all excited. So that the conductors did is they have fresh air breaks for people to get out and get some fresh air and walk around. They changed it from Sacramento to Rosewood because we'd be there at the same time as the big boy. So we're really excited. As we roll into Rosewood, you can see where they're picking up the fences around where they had the fucking big boy set up. We missed it by less than an hour. It took off just before we got there. Less than an hour before we got there, that fucking big old train took off. So we missed that. I had crazy shit happen. I had 3 trains with no heat, but I managed to fix one of them. We hit a person on one train. That was fucking crazy. Let's see, what else went wrong? I mean, so much shit. I had a room attendant to, rather than tell me he was busy and would try to get to it when he could, I asked him if he'd make up my bed because I was exhausted. I wanted to see if he'd make it up early while I go grab some dinner, and he said, "No, I'm busy. Get it yourself." It's like, yeah, I just paid an insane amount of money. You can get my fucking bed, pal. I was pissed. But yeah, bad staff in Los Angeles, like really bad staff at the Los Angeles first class lounge. They were making up fucking rules, and I called customer service and they overrode them and made them accept my coupon and shit, and they were pissed that she was making up rules. And then she was even more of a dragon lady because I went over her head and she got in trouble. So she was really fucking rude to me both times because I had to come back through LA. Went into the lounge. And she was really rude the next time. She wouldn't even open the door until I pushed the fucking button. They got this little button there, the buzzer. She's standing there staring at me, waiting for me to push the button. Wouldn't do shit till I pushed the button, even though she knew who I was, knew I was coming into the lounge. I was supposed to be in the lounge, and she wouldn't do shit until I pushed that fucking button. Like, what a bitch. She does not belong anywhere near customer service. Maybe cleaning bathrooms or some shit, but not fucking around people. The worst part is most of these people are fucking unionized and there ain't no way to get rid of them. She has the right to be rude. I don't like this. Anybody else have this now? I know that. No, stop. You scroll out to there and the fucking dash disappears. I mean, we're not even far away and it's unloading. I don't like that. But that's Microsoft. At least the engines aren't unloading like the friggin' one plane. Long enough to kick my ass out there. Got the same plane. Look at him go. My props are all set, right? I better check. Yeah, I'm right in the green. Right where I want to be. Maybe I'm climbing a little faster. Maybe. I got my climb set at 119. Much below 120 and it won't climb over 30,000 feet. Or much above 120 and it won't climb over 30,000. Sadie finally let both my parents pet her now. She'll get in either one of their laps. So that finally broke through that barrier of her not letting anybody else pet her. But now they can both pet her. She'll ask to jump up my dad's lap, and she climbs up in the chair next to mom and then climbs over and gets in her lap. So big steps for her. So, not everything was bad on vacation, was it, dog? But yeah, that Gold Runner in California is like the worst train ever. Got the most uncomfortable fucking seats. And it turns out, why is my white so fucking far off? It's like totally washed out. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to pause for a quick second. There's a setting for that, wasn't there? In the graphics. I thought it was right here. Frame rate target 30. That should be 60. Everything else like freaking ultra and high. No, where the hell is that setting for the overexposure? Exposure. Take that down to there. See if that fucking fixes that. Super brassy white. Not much. A little bit. I'm going back to the Windows version. I know I got everything set over in the Steam version for the VR, but VR's just giving me a hard time. I'm going back to the Windows version because the Windows version doesn't reset the settings all the time like the fucking Steam version loves to reset the settings on me. I don't know why. It just does. Hush it. Come on, get down. Go play. Come on. You're not going out. We're not playing that game. You just went out. So yeah, we're on the California Gold Runner. We're supposed to be on there for what, 8 hours? Fucking little tiny thin pad seats with no backrest, no lumbar support, and if you wanted to recline, the bottom of the seat slid forward. It's the same ones who built the frickin' next gen Excella seats, so I guess I should have realized they were going to be shit. We had just gotten started. We were 15, 20 minutes into the trip, and then, bam, emergency stop. All the train just screeches and comes slamming to a stop. I look out my window, and there's a body laying there. Boom, flop. And there's a body laying next to the fucking train. It was like, oh, dear Lord, we hit somebody. I realized, probably a homeless guy. And his buddies come running up to him, also homeless people. They'll come running up and look. This dude is fucked up. He's banged up. His arm is gone. His left arm is fucking mush. It's fucking gone. It must have went underneath one of the wheels because it's fucking completely gone mush. His buddies have him sitting up and giving him a fucking cigarette. Before the EMTs anybody could get off the train to help this guy, his buddies have him sitting up and giving him a smoke. Fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking bonkers. Trying to figure out why I don't have my line on here, but it's following it. It's weird. Picks it up there. Oh well, whatever. Must be a different departure. Whatever, but yeah, so we were there for an hour to start with, and then they released us, but then the guy can't drive the train. The guy that was driving the train can't drive the train. So they finally got special permission for him to drive it like 3 blocks away to the closest. Hey, Jim Fanatic, how are you? And freeze on train. I was so pissed off about the train. But they finally get permission to drive ahead. The guy got in the ambulance. They got him out of there. And then we had to wait 2 hours for a new crew to come out because my son finally explained that when you hit somebody with a train, it's automatic 3 days you can't drive a train. You literally can't drive a train for 3 days if you hit a person. Even if they survive, you can't. Federal law, you can't drive a train. You gotta park yourself. It's to get your wits about you, I guess. I don't know. So that made us fucking 3 hours late there. Joy. The good thing was I did get pizza in Chicago. Had massively good food in Arizona. So there's Colonel. It was good though. I mean, it was a good trip. The train was terrible. The train just, Jesus, no heat, grumpy staff. I had a couple really good staff members. A couple of the trains were very, very good, but it was 50-50, good versus bad now. So it's like, and one of the trains we were on, the crew was so bad, like so bad, that they had a retraining crew on the train. That they were so terrible at their original training that they had a whole crew on to retrain them to be a better crew. To retrain because they were so bad about it. Like bonkers. No, there's the big one. Prop's not moving. That thing's like crazy quick. Of course, it was built as a racer, wasn't it? I was trying to get it in the military. Oh. How you been, Sim Fanatic? The route, I left Albany, New York to Chicago, Chicago to San Francisco. Well, not quite San Francisco. Chicago to 2 stops before San Francisco. And then took the Gold Runner across the center, down the south, down the center part of the state to Bakersfield. Bakersfield by bus to LA because they don't have the train from there down. And then short 8-hour train trip up to Needles, California, where my son works out of as an engineer, and we went to his house from there. And stayed a few days, went to the Grand Canyon, do some hiking. Back into areas in the desert where I haven't been to in years. And then back on the train to LA. LA by train up to San Bernardino. And unfortunately San Bernardino was an 8-hour bus ride up to freaking San Francisco, and then San Francisco back to Chicago, back to New York. It was a crazy route. It was originally supposed to be a different route altogether. It was supposed to be different each way. But the one of the trains canceled. Yeah, we went to that. Well, we were going to drive to the bottom of the canyon. We did go up Route 66 for the 100th anniversary of Route 66. We did take the back road up. It was fun. We were going to drive to the bottom of the canyon, but my son's girlfriend and my son both wanted to see the skywalk and all that shit from the rim. So we went up there and we did that. It was cool. I mean, standing on glass with 4,000 feet of air below your feet is pretty freaking wild. That was cool. We spent so much time up there, it had been dark by the time we drove down to the bottom of the canyon, so we didn't. Yeah, we did that. And so it was going to be dark by the time we got to the bottom, so we decided we'll just plan another trip out there another time. to do that portion. But riding Route 66 was fun. I hadn't been on that in years. I probably got to set my speed back a little. Yeah, we're good. I think we're still climbing a little bit. Had a lot of fun. Just the fucking trains were shit. A couple of the, like I said, 3 out of the 4 trains had no heat. I managed to get one of them working. I literally rapped on the thermostat and cranked the dial back and forth a dozen times to clean the contacts up, and it finally worked. But the other 2 didn't. They just brought me extra blankets. That's always nice. Here, it's cold. Have another blanket. Fuck. Good thing one of them was on one of the short trains. So it wasn't too bad. Send them a bill. I should. They gave me $25 for the dude getting on the train getting hit by the. Yeah, $25 rebate for the being delayed because the train hit a dude. It's like, yeah, great. Yeah. There's lousy staff, a lot of lousy staff. The train ride through the Rockies is beautiful. It is. If you can ever take the California Zephyr, it's gorgeous. It's like absolutely gorgeous. And that one had a good crew pretty much both ways. That's the one I managed to fix the heat on, so that wasn't too bad. But the views in the Zephyr, because you go through you cross the Mississippi, which is about the only thing you see on the first day because it's all flat. But then the next morning you're in Denver, and then you start climbing up into the mountains, and then you go through the canyon lands, and you go through all the way into Utah. It's just all canyons all the way to Utah. You follow the Colorado River. It's fucking bonkers, beautiful. And then you go to bed before Salt Lake, and you wake up the next morning. You're a couple hours outside of Reno, Nevada, in the desert, so you get to see the desert mountains. Then you climb up into the Sierras, and it was a full-blown snowstorm. We went up in the Sierras, so we couldn't see shit. On the way back we did, but couldn't see it. But it was just beautiful. Just, you know, so you hit giant mountain ranges and canyons all the way there. So that trip is definitely the one worth it. Other than that, it is what it is. The one from Albany, New York to Chicago, really, you don't see much because it's kind of an overnight train. You get on, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you wake up, you have breakfast, and you're in Chicago. So it's not really a sightseeing train, where the other one's a sightseeing train, 100%. That's what it's for. It doesn't go very fast. You're only doing like 25, 30 miles an hour through those bottom of those canyons. To get time to see everything, and it's just gorgeous. That one doesn't even have windows. Oh, it's got windows, but there's nothing to see. They call it the Lakeshore Limited, but you go by the Great Lakes, it's dark. You don't get to see them. You do see, what the hell is one, Lake Michigan? You do see that one in the morning. Oh, it's a beautiful station. Union Station? Union Station is fucking incredible. It's got an awesome first-class lounge, awesome staff there, too. It's right downtown. Christ, it's 2 blocks away from the Sears Tower, or the whatever it's called now, Willis Tower. I was going to go up that, but you now have to book time slots ahead of time. I was like, what? I walked in, I was going to pay my money to go up to the top of the tower, and the lady's like, what time slot do you have? I'm like, I mean fucking time slot. It's like, what time slot do you have? Because it's not ready. It's like, I don't know. It says, you got any? I'll pay for one right now. Make my time slot now. Oh, you have to reserve in advance. I said, do you have an opening now? You have to go online and reserve in advance. I tried. They fucking wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. They just wouldn't do it. She wanted me to go, and they didn't have any available slots, so I was pissed off. Hello, Mr. TPHI. So I just went down and got my... and then I just went down and got my Giordano's pizza, which they now have a personal pan pizza, which made me happy because I didn't want to eat a full one by myself. Still stupidly expensive, like $25 for a personal pan pizza and a drink. But the pizza's good. The meat and more meat pizza. No, I'll tell you the best thing I had to eat the whole fucking time I was gone is my son's girlfriend kept telling me, and my son kept telling me, both of them kept telling me about this thing that's, what's her name? Maddie. Her name's Maddie. She's a sweetheart. Logan's my son and Maddie's his girlfriend. But they kept telling me about this little Mexican deli and bakery type thing. And we went there. And this guy makes real pork rinds. The whole length of the pork belly. So they're like 2.5, 3 feet long. Incredible. But then he makes these, I don't even know the name of it. I would keep forgetting the name of the damn things. But it's literally pork belly that still has some of the pork rind attached, and they get that all crunchy, the pork rind attached to it, all crunchy, and then I don't know how they bake the rest of it, but it's about a 1-inch by 1-inch square piece of pork belly. So you get like bacon and pork rind and all in one. And I think it's partially deep fried and then smoked or whatever he does to it. Oh my God, is it good. Oh dear Lord. It was so good. It's a good thing I don't live out there. I'd die of a heart attack in a week because I'd eat it every meal. It's on my diet. It's like, because it's all protein, I can eat the thing. But oh my God, was it good. You're almost home. Well, that's good. But yeah, the food was worth the trip. Yeah, getting some real authentic Mexican food, which I like. Not super big on the Americanized Mexican food. That's right. It's all good. Your van and your shop make you money. Flight sim cost you money. Oh, we're 35. I got to check my engines. Yeah. We got to check the engines. Got to pull the back to flight level 1. There we go. Torque. Don't go down too far. Come on. Nope. Back out, back out. Come on. Turbo props. They're so instantaneous. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Oh, I thought I had it trimmed out, and then all of a sudden it's not. You bastard. First of all, there's no detent to drop that into. Come on. No, you're not going to see anybody. I don't know why you're whining. There we go. Now we're all set. Cruise altitude, speed. Here. Distance 2 hours and 12 minutes to the airport. Not bad. The fuel calculation is going up now that I'm trimmed out. Should have done it a little sooner, but we should have over 400 pounds left in the tanks when we land. We're good. Sadie, settle down. There's nobody to see right now. There, with long nuts. I saw an Icarus. Where'd he go? He probably took off. That plane of his is in that one of those. Oh, there he is. No. Hell, you haven't seen anybody in a while. Yeah, you're guppy. Gotta go. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, SimFam. Have a good one. This lake is fucking huge. Like, really big. Big lake. Big lake. Very big lake. So, crazy, crazy eventful trip. No, no. You're going on the floor. She got in big trouble today. She ran out in the road after somebody walking by. barking at him. Went right up the driveway despite me yelling at her, telling her to stop. She kept right on going, right out in the road. Boy, she got her ass beat. Got your ass kicked, didn't you? You got slapped. Yep. Running in the road. Shithead. I can't get over how clean my son's airplane is. I mean, it's like fucking 8 years older than I am. Literally 8 years older than I am, and it's freaking spotless. Like, every time he lands it, he goes and scrubs all the bugs off the wings. The thing is like mint. It's fucking gorgeous. And no scratches or swirls on the window. Amazing. It was cool seeing the velocity. Just the guy just mounted the motor. No interior yet, but the wings were on. The motor was mounted. The prop wasn't on it, but you got a great big V6 like homing on that thing. And the thing's going to be a beast. They already have one. They have a Velocity. Him and another guy. He builds them and another guy flies them, and they fly all over the country together. They're old friends, and he's not a pilot, but he builds them, and the other guy's the pilot. And they've got a Velocity 1, and this is the Velocity XL he's working on, and they want a Velocity Twin. So, but he told me if I'm ever out there and it's finished, they'll give me a ride. So, have to get out there again. I don't think I'd ride with that guy. He was a nice guy. But I think he sniffed way too much of the resin from the fiberglass. I think he sniffed way too much of it. I don't think I want him at the controls of the plane. Building it, fine. But controls, maybe not so much. So, yeah, we hung out at the airport for a little while. A couple hours hanging out at the airport. Seeing planes and friends of his planes. And like I said, very unfortunately, I did not have permission to take pictures of any of the aircraft we saw that were in the hangars. Because the people were letting us in the hangars without them being there. They're like, oh, the key's hidden here. Go in this one. Yeah, they're really nice. Except for the guy working on the plane. And like you said, he's building it. But the guy that owns it and flies it wasn't there, so he couldn't give me permission to take pictures of it. It's just one of those things where I probably should have just taken pictures and not say anything to anybody, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want my... But it was a lot of fun. I gotta get my son to send me what the hell that food was that we got from that little Mexican deli thing. That was so good. He made them fresh that day because we had to come back in like an hour and a half because they weren't ready yet. It's like, it was like it was kind of like a pork rind and bacon and pork belly all rolled into. I mean, bacon is pork belly, but it had more of a texture of pork belly than bacon. But the flavor of bacon, oh fucking A, they're incredible. I usually dip them in salsa. We didn't even bother. I just ate the damn thing. Didn't even dip in nothing. Just chomp, chomp, chomp. I had no clue the amount of trains that go in and out of where he works. There's like a train every 4 or 5 minutes, freight train going through. It's nuts. So many trains at that hub. Of course, I pretty much get everything that comes into California by ship. Got to get to the rest of the country. It comes through there. Nuts. And I didn't realize the trains are getting robbed, and not like we saw. You know how they showed the train robbery online or in LA when they riot thing. They grabbed the train and stole a bunch of shit. No, there's actually organized train robberies going on right now. It kept it pretty quiet, but Nike said last year they lost $2 million worth of Nikes stolen off the trains. They know which containers can have the Nikes on board and high dollar stuff, and they literally find a way to cut the brake line, one of the airlines on the train, and so it stops out in the middle of the desert, and they just start cutting the locks off and opening doors and taking what they want. And they're gone long before the police show up. Why do you suppose there's a line across this island? Oh, it's just an artifact from the satellite. It's not really there. Okay. Not a cool wall or anything. So yeah, they're robbing trains. Who would ever thought this day and age they're actually really robbing trains again? But my son, as I said, they told them, they just stay in your cab. Don't open the doors. The trains are all bulletproof. All bulletproof glass. All the windows, the front, the back. All the windows are bulletproof, and that great big heavy-duty steel doors and steel all around them, because it's got a design to take the impact of like hitting a tractor trailer without killing the driver. They're like, that happens, just stay put until the cops tell you it's clear, and then fix the line and head on out again. Organized train robbery. Figures, like I said, they figure it's cartels. Crazy shit. It's a big fucking lake. I know I said that, but this is a monster lake. There goes my dash again. Oop, my dash gone. Dash back. Dash gone. Yeah, okay. God damn. Oh, what did I say? Did he? Yeah, upgrade. Fucking $20 upgrade for the caravan. I was like, yeah, you should be already paid a $50-some for that fucking plane to begin with. And you want another $20? Kiss my ass. I got notified when I logged in today. Special caravan upgrade. 2024 upgrade. Special. $20. Like, no. I got any money, I'm going to buy Crimson Desert. I'm not even going to buy the... Yeah, I know the F-22 update's coming. I can finally probably talk about that. I've been flying that for a while. Yep, I know the F-22's update's coming, and it has actual physics of real working vector thrust. It's amazing what you're going to be able to do with that plane. No, I believe if you're an original owner, I believe the upgrade is going to be free if you had it already. The electronics work really well, but the electronic flight bag, if you already own it, it's going to be free. I'm almost positive that's what they said. But the vector thrust is a rip, man. It's crazy how you can flip that thing around. Yeah, virtually all the graphics, the avionics, the flight characteristics, all being redone. Yes, they are doing a thing to load weapons. I haven't played with that part yet because I've been gone. I've been gone. You're not going to be able to fire the weapons, but you'll be able to load weapons. But now there's the update. There's some, I don't know if they're going to pick up now that they've released the new real world stealth drop tanks. I don't know if they're going to be added or not. There's talk of them being added. I don't know if anybody's seen the pictures of those yet. But the F-22 now has stealth drop tanks. Pretty cool looking. Yeah, you're going to be able to load your weapons and stuff. You will not be able to fire them. Like most of them. You can have the weapons on there, you just can't fire them. Yeah, there's different brand new ones. Like the U.S. Pentagon just showed pictures of what it's going to look like, what they're going to look like. On the, what do they call it? The F-22 V2 or whatever they're calling it, the version 2, 2.0. With the upgraded engines and upgraded electronics and upgraded stealth capabilities or whatever they're doing to it. But I don't know if they're going to put those in the sim or not yet. Yeah. I would have a ball testing that one. And most of my testing I do is for the VR. You know, the placement of shit in VR. Not so much the overall performance. They got real pilots on there doing a lot of the testing that really go through it step by step. And not real F-22 pilots that I know of. This plane now is official, though. This plane is actually official by Piaggio. This is an official aircraft by the aircraft manufacturer, Piaggio. And this was all reworked with the flight characteristics by actual pilots and the company to make sure it's perfect. And there is going to be a new version of this coming out that will be paid. If you have it, it's going to be a paid upgrade price to the newest version that they're coming out with. And all the details on it, because like I said, I don't test for these guys, but from what I've heard, there's going to be a paid upgrade version for it. Hey, Mojave Eye, how are you, sir? To a new version. It'll be a totally new version of the aircraft. And it'll be a paid upgrade or a full price if you don't own this one. So, I don't know. But, man, oh man, there's some odd looking satellite imagery here. Well, I've been pretty much all over California this last week. You went to Oceanside for pizza, which was good, by the way. I found a really good pizza joint in Oceanside. Yeah. I got to Oceanside and L.A. and San Bernardino, San Francisco, and Needles. Pretty much all my stops in Bakersfield, too. I got in Bakersfield, too. All my stops in California. I was really pissed off. Needles, yeah, that's where my son works out of. He lives up in Fort Mojave. So he works out of Needles, and that's where the train stops. So yeah. We had a good time. The train sucked. Quite a few of the trains sucked. Like bad enough that I really am not in the mood to take another train trip for a while, or at least not on Amtrak. I think before I drop the kind of money I've spent on this last trip on another train trip, I'll take and bite the bullet and spend just a bit more and go to Australia and take either the Gone or the Indian Pacific. Take one of the two that Gammy took, the Indian Pacific. I'll take one of those. Fly to Australia. Take that train and fly home. But it was an okay trip. I mean, it's not one that makes me want to run out and get on a train again anytime soon. So they got one that goes all the way east-west, and they got one that goes north-south. Hey, Timothy. How are you? The east-west one is the Indian Pacific, and the north-south is the Gone. I want to do the Canadian one, but that's such a mess right now. It's only running 3 times a week. There's no connection for the one train I want to catch once I get out there. It's just... If it was running every day of the week, it'd be easy to make my connections, but without it running that, I have to stay 2 days in a very expensive little resort town. That one's on hold until they either decide to go back to 5 days a week or it gets canceled altogether, and then I'll just go somewhere else. Yeah, it was a fun trip. The desert was totally in bloom. It rained like 4 days before I got there, up in the Mojave, and it was all flowers, all over the place. Along the sides of the road, there's little 3-foot tall white flowers all over the place. It was wild. Everything was in bloom. It was neat. And my son's dog is fucking huge, like big. Like Sadie's tiny. I get that. And I've had collies and greyhounds, so I've had big dogs. Nothing prepared me for my son's dog that's 175 freaking pounds. And when he stands on his hind legs, he's a good 1.5 feet taller than I am, or more. He's a Great Dane, but he's a big Great Dane. He's a freaking monster. Good thing he's friendly. He put a paw on each one of my shoulders and laid his head on top of my head. He wanted a hug. I said, Jesus Christ. A big dog. It would take 4 Sadies just to equal his head. And he eats a day what she eats in a month. He's a good dog, friendly sucker. Lovable, but huge. The worst part was he's one of those dogs that likes to lean. You know, when you pet them, they lean on you. They're freaking 175 pounds trying to, it's like having a Volkswagen lean on you. Sadie doesn't know what to do today. She's all bent out of shape. Oh, my car broke down. Top it all off. It made it home, but about 3/4 of the way to the train station, my car is sounding just like low on power steering fluid. 100% low on power steering fluid. I know that sound a million miles away. Pulled into the gas station, checked, power steering fluid's full. I'm like, well, that's weird. Okay, go to drive again. Now my power steering's not working. It'll only work, yeah, like regular Armstrong power steering. As strong as your arms are, the better you can turn. Then it got even worse. If I turn sharp, it would start squealing, so the pump's not pumping properly, jamming up from turning sharp. It's like, what the hell's going on? Oh well, I said park it and I'll worry about it when I go home. I parked it in the parking garage on the way home. It started out all right, but as soon as I got it warmed up, started acting up again. It made it home, but now it's in the shop. So I don't have a car for the next 4 or 5 days while he figures out, first of all, what's wrong. I've never had a power steering pump run out of fluid with a reservoir full of fluid. My brain just is not processing that unless there's a plugged line between the reservoir and the pump. That's all I can think of is there's a plugged line somewhere. I don't know. It's in the shop. What the hell just disconnected or connected? I don't know. USB with ding. I don't know which one. Whoop, that shut off. Nice to know. Nothing is working today. That's alright. Got the sounds back, but the tablet's toast. Because I left so much shit unplugged. That's one of the reasons everything's acting up. Oh, the tablet's dead. That's why. Oh, that was the tablet disconnecting because there's no power in it at all. It's down to 0. Oh. Longness is in the medevac version. What the hell is he? How far ahead of me? He's 14 miles? Yeah. He climbed at a better, more efficient rate than I did. That's all. Okay, we got an hour and 19 minutes left. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. This is going to be a longer flight, but I just wanted to chill, chat, talk about the trip. Oh yeah, and I got my tax assessment for next year. Yeah, that pissed me off even more. Somehow, with no improvements to my house whatsoever in 3 years. I have not improved my house in 3 years. Last year I had a 15% increase in my taxes, or my tax value assessed, which is par for the course. That's about right. You know, went up value 15%. Yeah. They hit me with a 50% increase in my value this year. I love how the statement says, now this doesn't mean your taxes are going up. Yes, it does, because you charge per thousand. So many dollars per thousand you charge. So of course it means my taxes are going up, you idiots. But they screwed me bad. 50% increase. Great, because I'm trying to sell it. That'll help me sell it because the value just skyrocketed. But holy Christ. Hey, anybody else have this with their things? Speaking of that, this right here. These strange errors on the maps. And it has different zooms, has different blocked areas. Like it changes. Like this level, everything's fine. Zoom. Oh, different blocked areas. Different blocked areas. Fine. Whatever 403R is, access block. I don't know. Just weird. Weird error I get on this one. Put it back in that graph. Shows me on my my follow roads. What's our ground speed? 341. That's not bad. 348 TAS. Oh, what's our landing airport's 200 feet? Oh, it's 184, but where is my VNAV? VNAV on. Take you down 200. You got a vertical altitude. Got one of those going. All right, we're good. Where are we on this one? Somebody's out here. Still got a ways to go. A little ways. You waste all that time climbing to here. Once you're climbing, then it cruises along pretty good. Well, apparently didn't pick up a very good approach. Let's hope that this one did. All the people back there. Get out my plane. And who the hell are you? It's got a mole. Mole, 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 mole. Oh, Sadie saw people. Ah, shit. I should not have let Sadie see people. Oh, that's my bad. All my fault. We'll look outside the plane. No people. Oh. I don't understand the single... This thing does not have an APU. But it's got a single thing of smoke right here that's generating the contrail. A single contrail from twin engines. I can understand them swirling together and forming one because they're close. But that looks weird. And that may be what happens. The exhaust comes out and swirls behind the plane and creates a single one. It's probably what it does do. But still, it looks weird. Almost out of coffee, dog. Go make me a coffee. I mean, almost. I think I am. I'm completely out of coffee. And my dog will not make one. I've tried to teach her. Such a brat. Get Neil? Come on. Yeah, if you want. Yeah, she gotta go out. She gotta go out and I gotta need coffee. I'll be right back. Okay. No, I would get some coffee. How are you, Mr. Brett? I just went to get some coffee. I needed some coffee. Check, make sure everything's still in the green. Everything looking good. Forgot what the hell. Oh, yeah, we got an hour and 10 left. Oh, it was just an hour and 10 a few minutes ago. At least we got a lot more fuel left now. 705 pounds on landing. That's better. 0.7 nautical miles till we make our next turn. You busy? Yeah, I'm sure you're busy. No. There's no people yet. There's no people. There's long nuts up there. See, right there. And Icarus was, I don't know where he went. If he's out racing his car. So I don't think I'm going to get the, I'm going to wait to get the Forza till it goes on sale. They're like, yeah, I decided to fly tonight just to have a chill chat, talk about the vacation. Overall, I had a good time, but overall also pretty much maybe not want to take another train trip for a while, like maybe quite a while. Until if they either get their new trains in 6 years or better train their staff. No, I love the train. The fucking having stupid people working on the train and having old junk trains with really piss poor maintenance on them. Now, no heat when it's snowing is a little bit of a bitch. Almost. I mean, we could go out and get in the freaking lounge car, which was nice, which had heat. But still, you want heat in your room. Extra blankets. Crazy. So I stole one of the blankets. I finally have one of the fuzzy blankets. Yeah, no heat. Snowing like mad. And I mean full on, it was snowing all the way out to Black Rock, or not Black Rock, out to Battle Mountain in Nevada, out in the desert. On the middle of the desert, snowing like crazy, no fucking heat in the train. In my room. Our car had no heat. The other cars had heat. Our car had no heat. So yeah. Nuts. Full on blizzard up through the Sierras. It was crazy seeing it snow out in the desert like that far out. I got a short video of it snowing in Reno. Yeah, just a service. Having to deal with stupid fucking people and... Yeah, I put a lot of shorts out because I was traveling. That was fun. That was easier to do that way. But some people were the service. You know, you're paying first, quote unquote, first class service, and you're getting fucking third class service. It was horrible. There's that sound again. Yeah, I took one from the live stream. Oh, there it is. It's that plane right there. She was a nut job, that China. She was obviously she was a character. She was the room attendant on the way out. The way out? She was pretty good. No, that was the way back. I'm sorry, that was the way back. She was a character. Very funny. She got you what you wanted. You know, she did your room. She had a system down. She worked very well. She's only been there for 3 or 4 years, but she knew her shit and did very well. Where the one guy was so bad, he even used a fake name. Literally used a fake name. It was so funny because I was telling my room attendant on the way back from Needles to LA how bad the service was from LA to Needles, and how the guy was fucking terrible. You know, told me to make the bed myself and shit. It's like, all you had to do is say, I'm busy right now, but I'll get to it as soon as I can. No, he said, if you want, don't do it yourself. I was like, crazy fucking rude. You know, I'm paying a lot of money, even though it's a short trip. I'm paying a lot of fucking money for this shit. I expect, you know, your job literally is to take care of me. That's what you're fucking paid to do. Do my bed, do meals, whatever. Okay, no worry. We'll catch you another one, Brett. No. No, you're getting on the floor. You can't stop. But, so yeah, I had no idea what I was telling the other one. That this guy had done this. That there was a supervisor on board the train, like one of the bigwigs on the train. See, as soon as as that room attendant stepped out of the way, and he'd been there 26 years, so he was really good. He knew his shit, was really friendly. And as soon as I woke up in the morning, he goes, I know you got on. He called me by my first name. He said, I know you just got on late last night, and if you don't want to go to breakfast, just let me know what you want, and I'll get it and bring it to you. He says, and there's coffee right down the hall if you want to grab some before you get started. He was just called me by my first name. He was right, knew his shit, you know, 26 years. He was really cool. And when I was telling him how bad the other one is, I had no idea the supervisor was standing right behind him. She comes in my room. She asked to come in, and she wanted to take a picture of my ticket that had the other train on it so she could make sure exactly who it was I was talking about. Because I said, she goes, do you know his name? And I said, yeah, his name is George. And she's like, I don't think we have a George. I was like, what? I said, I know his name was, she goes, you sure he said George? I said, yeah, because he looked exactly like the comedian George Lopez. I mean, he looked exactly like George Lopez, the comedian. I said, so that's why it stuck in my head that he said his name was George. She goes, no, she didn't give me a Hummer, sorry. But she's like, stop. She goes, but we don't have a George. She goes, but as soon as I described him, she goes, oh my God, that's his name is Jorge. Why would he use George? She goes, well, maybe he used George because it's too hard to pronounce Jorge, or too difficult to pronounce Jorge, to give him the benefit of the doubt. I said, or he screws up so bad he doesn't want anybody calling in and turning him in. Because if you call and turn him into George, there is no George that works there. But if you call and turn into Jorge, he would get in shit. And she goes, yeah, you're probably right. Hey, Mrs. TPHI. Oh, there Chris is going to dive down and chase you now. He's going to have his hands full chasing a YF with a XF. But yeah, she took everything. She went right after him. She was pissed. She goes, that's ridiculous. We are flying in Africa. I test the reins down in Africa. I don't like these repetitive clouds. This has been a thing lately, where you can see the pattern in the clouds. Yeah, oh well. I think they're dropping the ball on this sim. It's too bad. Unfortunately, did y'all see the results of the survey? Of course, the Navigraph survey. Most people use Navigraph, fly the big jet, so it's really not that much of a total representative of the whole simming community, but the vast majority of people, and I mean by a lot, fly IFR jets, the big jumbos, and like every single one of the top 10 planes is a jumbo jet. Guess I shouldn't be surprised, but it was a lot more than I thought. I thought there may be like a 30% for one and 70 for the other. Oh no, they don't even show up. The people who fly VFR down low, bush flying, don't even show up on the list. It's like, holy shit. You know, I wish to God they would give Africa a look and China a look. I mean, they've done certain places like 3 and 4 times now for their world updates. It's like, let's just give a little bit of polish to a couple of these other places like Africa and China. Now everybody's mad at China right now, but there's a lot of people that game and... Right, exactly what I'm saying. That's why I said it's not super representative, because people who do VFR use little nav map. You know what I mean? That's why I said it's not real representative as the community as a whole, because if little nav map did the yeah, if they did their survey through them, it would probably skew more the other way. Because little nav maps kick ass for doing IFR flights or VFR flights. So I think that's why I said it's not a great representation, but still, it was a lot more than I expected. Because you could take the survey even if you didn't use Navigraph at all, ever. You're still invited to take the survey. It was open to everybody. But it is going to skew more towards the IFR people. It'd be interesting to see a little nav map put out a survey that asked the exact same questions. See how much it would skew the other way. I'll tell you what, if I did more IFR, like all IFR, I would probably be playing X-Play 12. Because from up here, the world looks better. Down low, it looks worse, but from up high, it looks better. Oddly enough. But I fly too much VFR to bother. I have X-Plane 12. I have Prepared too. Prepared's cool. But Prepared's got some cool shit, like really cool shit. Like water depth is mapped in Prepared. Like all water depth is mapped. Out to 10 miles offshore, I think. So you can actually, somebody got a modded sub, you can jump in the sub and go around the waters underneath. It's fucking nuts how detailed that shit is. It's not as fancy as this, but the level of detail in it's nuts. And water's actually deep or shallow, depending on whether it's deep or shallow. And for the F-35, it's truly study level. The only thing that's not in it is anything classified. Considering the sim was built by Lockheed Martin for preparing F-35 pilots. That's where it came from. So. They all have their pluses and minuses. Just Microsoft, despite all its headaches and hassles, has probably the best pluses for doing any kind of IFR flying or VFR flying. Down low and fast. It's got the largest selection of aircraft now. It's got the largest user base by a long shot. They're more up to see other people. So is there anything good coming in Sim Update 5 beta? Or Sim Update 5, anything good? They fixing anything? Anybody's heard about? I don't read the update notes. I've stayed away from the computer other than a couple live streams and some shorts. How we doing? My eyesight's so bad I have to zoom in to read this shit on a 35-inch monitor. We got some weather. Slight course correction. Still got a headwind. Not much. It's only like 12 knots though. Not enough to worry about. It's not slowing us down any. Still 700 pounds of fuel when land. I like this. This has got your one you just passed, waypoint you just passed, to next waypoint, the next waypoint after that, and then your final destination. I think all planes should have this. You can just real quick look what's next. What I'm not seeing is a TOD, but it says I got a V altitude. I got a vertical altitude. But I don't have a path yet. I can see it's on here, but I don't have it locked in yet. Range. That was 25, not gonna see shit. No, go the other way. It's too convoluted. I'm not gonna be able to see if I got a TOD or not. What's that? Oh, right there. TOD. Green. Yeah, we got one. We're good. Everything's looking good. We got a Todd. Our range back to 50 nautical miles. We can see the rain. Everything looks good. Alright, now stop. Stop your whining. Cool it. Now I'm going to try to get that other camera set up now that I'm done. I burned up a terabyte. An entire two 512 cards going out and back. My camera never shut down. I only have it. It only overheated twice, which is good for that camera. So I didn't lose much, but it can be interesting. It's just raw footage. I had to scale it back to 1080/30 instead of 60 to get it to stop overheating. I got a shitload of footage. But I'll probably cut it way back, just put the raw footage of the canyons and shit like that. The cool spots. And the blizzard up through Donner. That was crazy. Oh, my first day out, I got bumped up to the handicap bedroom. Giant room. From a little roomette to the biggest room on the train. With its own shower and its own bathroom and everything. All wheelchair accessible, so everything was huge. Great big, the shower was huge. That was cool. I was unexpected. Like 10 minutes before I got on the train, my ticket changed, updated, and said, "See attendant." I'm like, oh, fuck. It's like, I gotta be on this train or it screws everything up. I went over to the attendant and he says, yeah, we just sent a message out to you. on your text, so you'll get one of those in a second that we need to talk to you. It's you're getting there, but we wanted to let you know that we had to bump you up to the room at no cost, the handicap bedroom at no cost, because somehow, somewhere, the system let somebody book part of your trip in your room. Like from Cleveland to friggin' somewhere else, they got your room for that short distance. He said the system shouldn't let him do that, and rather than kick him out of the room, they were going to kick me up to the bigger room. I was like, okay, I can live with that. The only problem is, it literally right out the door of the bedroom was the fucking engine. So the horn was loud all night long. Well, I had my earplugs, so it didn't matter, but still, it was fucking loud right next to the engine. If I didn't have the earplugs, it would have been terrible being that close to the engine, but with the earplugs, it was fine. No, you're not going. I'm not playing. We're on thing, and you're not going out. You just came in, and you're not going to sit there and whine. So, you can come up and sit if you want, or you can go get a toy. She hasn't quite grasped the fact that she'd go get a toy and bring it over. I'd play with her, but she wants me to come get the toy. It's like, no, I'm not coming to get the toy. Come on, get up here and lay down. Just get up here and lay down. Be a good dog. Nope, I'm going to get up here and stare at the screen and whine. Not step on the keyboard. Hopefully. No, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. There's nobody there to fucking whine at. Nobody can hear you. Gertie's not there. Speaking of Gertie, you ever watch Mover? When Mover plays, he's got a character that looks an awful lot like Gertie. It's a guy, but it looks an awful lot like Gertie. No. Stop. Where'd everybody go? There they are. How far? Oh, can't see how far away long notes is anymore. He must have got just far enough away so I can't see his measurements anymore. Or his measurements, his altitude and speed and all that shit. Why the fuck? I keep turning this off. This is what I mean. I hate these fucking settings. Carrier control should be off. FCR embedded should be off. What the fuck is that one? What is that one? I don't even know what that one is. Anybody know what that one is? Obviously it doesn't work. Nope, not that one. Not the weather. That's not the EFB. That's not the camera. Active pause? No. I have no idea what that and put the yeah, fuck no, I turned the wrong one back on. I don't know what that one is, but yeah, we're going back to Windows version maybe tomorrow. I should probably wait till after tomorrow's flight just so I don't spend the whole flight getting pissed off. Oh, there it is, 13 miles out. Resetting everything. I think I'm going to bring back my second throttle controller too. I'm not bringing back the yoke, but I'm going to bring back the second throttle quadrant. I've got to build another. But yeah, tomorrow's Thursday night. That's when I should have been doing this. All right, slow down a little just now so I can see your... Now I can't see it again. No, get off my keyboard, you little turd. I don't know what I'm flying tomorrow. Some sort of VFR somewhere. I have no idea what or where yet, but I'll do something tomorrow. Those are just doing 12 nautical miles. Bad weather's going away. Tell them I should still have fuel left, right? Yeah. Should have 700 pounds when I land. Okay. It's looking sketchy. I forget this thing burns like no fuel. This thing just sips fuel for the size of the plane it is. Can actually run a little faster if you drop down to like 29,000. You burn quite a bit more fuel, but you run a lot faster. Not a lot faster. We're already doing 350 TAS. But you always thought 100. Yeah, I didn't this time. I don't, because this has the because I did the sim brief profile for this. I just go here and pull it in, all the people. I just pull it in from the sim brief. So that's kind of nice. That's a nice feature. I do like that. I don't have to set my weights and passengers and all that shit. I can set it in the sim brief. But oh, you don't have that in the medevac? No shit. I haven't flown the medevac yet. I know it's there. I haven't flown it. What do you mean, not the weights? Oh, yeah, it's true. You wouldn't have putting in the people, the weights for the all the medical equipment. Air ambulance. It's grayed out. Oh, it makes sense. Navigraph doesn't have the weights of the stretcher and all the medical gear and all that shit. I should fly it one of these days just because I haven't. I will be doing a VFR next week somewhere, or an IFR somewhere next week, so we can take out the other one, the Starship. I didn't know you just had it. This would have been a Starship flight if I'd have known early enough you had it. We'll do the Starship flight next week. I don't know what day. Someday. Yeah. Slightly different nose wing combination, but yeah, they're pretty much very similar. I like the Starship though. Oh my god. It takes forever to start that thing. That new, just watched the thing when I was out at my son's house. He was showing me the new, one of the rescue scout helicopters for the U.S. Army. I think so. It's a Eurocopter. It's a considered 2.0, the old one. It literally 2 switches and it starts. Turn on the main power and the start button. I almost asked. This exact same circumstance. But it literally 2 buttons. And it's also got it's got like an oh shit button. Like if the pilot's disoriented at all, he hits a button, plane auto hovers, or the helicopter auto hovers. It's like pretty fucking cool. Didn't ask her today. He wasn't home earlier. Yeah, that's true. Kind of hard to ask when she's not there. Look what happened. Oh, look, the weather just changed. I am using the historic weather data. That's kind of funky. I like you can do that. Like it's live time. It's live weather, but not live time. But it's live weather at this time. So it's weird. But they had recorded weather for this period of time. I don't know if we're getting in these clouds, if I should bother to put some anti-ice on or not. Probably not. I think we're still way above it. We're not going to ice up. Matter of fact, probably too fucking cold to ice up. Which, oddly enough, too cold to ice. Shut up. Hush. Nobody there. Nobody's there. Doofus. Gertie's not there. Gertie's way the hell over there. She's way up there. See that? And the others are down there. They're way down there. See, you can't even see them. There's no reason to sit here and whine. Just let it happen. Oh, now who was? Just tell me my car's ready. No, kidding. The kid works late, but not this late. Oh yeah, I mentioned we went hiking up the Christmas tree pass up Grapevine Canyon, trying to get to where the water should be running, because normally it runs way down to the end of the canyon. It wasn't running at all. And both my son and I are in shorts. I got into something down there. Both legs broke out in hives. I was allergic to something I walked through in that brush. I got choked out by a woman in MMA last week. Shit you not. She whispered in his ear before he went out. Uh-oh. What'd she whisper? Just let it happen. She's brutal. She a mean bitch. She got no soul, man. That fucked up. Like, you're going out, and I'm just gonna just relax, let it happen. You're going out one way or the other. That's fucked up. That's like totally fucked up. So Sadie apparently 3 different times ate a whole bag of treats. My dad would forget to pick him up. She'd get up in his chair after he'd go to bed and eat the whole bag of treats and puke all over. Because he buys great big bags and cuts them down into little, like sandwich bag sizes, so he keeps it by his chair. And he'd forget to put them up at night, and she'd jump up in his chair, eat the whole fucking bag, and then puke all over. She's a little thief. So I have them up where she can't get them, but he keeps them right next to his chair. He forgot to pick them up 3 different times. He forgot to pick them up. She ate them every fucking time. Yep. I'm just happy she lets him pet her now. That's a big step. You know. Little dog. Before I left, she wouldn't let. Now she sits, jumps up in his lap, and everything else. I leave the bowl of peanut soap once in a while. One chipmunk can clear it out in about 30 minutes. I'm afraid my chipmunks are going to have their hands full this year. When Maddie was so fucking slow, they'd just run right by her nose and didn't care. But fucking Sadie's quick. I think we're going to have some chipmunk issues. Sadie likes killing mice, and she can catch them on a dead run, so I think Chippy better watch himself. Yep. The ones that are smart enough to not get around Sadie when she's out will survive and breed, and we'll have little chippies that are smart enough not to get around Sadie. Live and learn, yeah. Leave the can open. Chipmunks are cool. I like chipmunks. I don't like squirrels. Squirrels are assholes. They destroy stuff, but chippies are cool. Chippies are always welcome to stay here. But I guess TPHIs don't like chippies because they fucking trash their driveway. They destroy shit up there. The Canadian chippies are assholes. Here, watch your mouth. Don't like squirrels, yeah. Don't like the gray squirrels. They piss me off. I got a black squirrel out there. Your squirrels are under. I love you. Yeah, wasn't it your husband that said the chipmunk was undercutting your driveway? Wasn't that what they were telling me? Those little Canadian ninja chippies. Pete and Dan. See, they just dig holes here. But of course, they didn't dig near my driveway. Say he's tired. It's past her bedtime. There's Jake. Hey, Jake. Looks out F-14. There's Jake. No. Yeah, you just saw Jake go by. Gonna go bark at him. There he is. Hey, Jake. How's it going? Sadie's saying hi now that you flew by. She was just laying down being quiet, too. All right, that's enough. That's enough. You're gonna get on. You're gonna get on the floor. You wanna get on the floor, or you wanna stop? I thought so. Oh man, my daughter got a hold of me yesterday. I just gotten back. She knows I want a Maine Coon cat, which of course would be like 4 times the size of Sadie. And right now, I just, after the trip and shit, and now my car's in the shop, I can't quite, eating dinner, I can't quite afford a cat. So, just somebody that has 6 Maine Coon cat kittens got to be getting rid of. I was like, shit. I couldn't get one. It's too bad, because I just couldn't afford it right now. Not without knowing how much my car is going to set me back and spending all the money on vacation. So I couldn't get the cat, which is probably a good thing because I still got to get this dog trained all the way. Haven't had her a year. And getting her a kitten that will eventually grow up to be bigger than her probably not the smartest thing to do right now. But she'd protect you. Yeah. And if you didn't like it, Sadie would be small enough she'd just go bury it. Now, I've always had good luck with the dogs and the cats at the same time. But, oh, my neck hurts, dog. One thing about the train, I sleep good on the train, but I don't sleep deep on the train. In other words, I get very... The constant moving puts you to sleep, but then you hit something fucking solid, like one of those big crossings, and it shakes the whole fucking train, and it wakes you up, and you go back to sleep, and it wakes you up again. Like, I sleep, but I don't sleep well. I don't have a problem going to sleep on a train. I like the movement and lay down and sleep, but then you hit those things that shake you awake. I also heard a rumor that the Honda Jet's getting auto throttles. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard it as a rumor that the Honda Jet and the Sim's going to be getting auto throttles. Because that version of the Honda Jet does not have auto throttles, but the upgraded version of it does. The newer version of it does, so they may add it. But not as a new version, just in the real life. The real life version, that particular version of the Honda Jet does not have auto throttles. That's why they didn't put it in there. But enough people have asked for it, and the newest version that you can buy does have the auto throttle, so the rumor is they're going to be putting it into the Honda Jet in a new update at some point. Apparently, my son's train is fully automated. Like, it even shows the grade out like 20 miles, what the grade's going to be, and it's got full-blown autopilot in the train. And he's got a button he's got to press every 15 minutes when it lights up. He's only got so much time to push that button. Show he's awake and not sleeping. So he constantly pushes that button all day. Every 15 minutes, push that button. Other than that, the train is pretty automated, he said. It's once you're out moving. When you're in the zipping back and forth in the yards, different story. But when you're out just heading out, that you have to start it and get it up to speed, which he said is kind of the hardest thing, is getting it up to speed without ripping it off the tracks. Especially if you're trying to accelerate around a corner, it wants to go straight, so it wants to jump off the tracks. I guess all kinds of shit I never thought of. No. But yeah, once it's up to speed, he just got autopilot for the train. It knows what all the signals are ahead. It knows what the grade is ahead, up and down both. He's got a button. I guess the button makes sense. You want to know if your guy running a giant 4-mile long train is awake or not. Hey, we're coming up on Todd here pretty quick. 50 miles out. We got Todd. A little less than 50 miles out. You have to start watching this throttle settings so don't overspeed on the way down. You're a fat ass. Yeah, first thing my dad says, Is your dog may have gained an entire pound while I was gone because she ate 3 bags of treats. Oh, what a little shithead. And she finally dragged. They won't let her up in the bed with her, but she dragged one of Lily's beds right over next to Dad's side of the bed, and slept on the floor right next to him. So it was funny. She's dragging his bed across the room, put it right next to his side of the bed. Yeah, we're gonna hit that down. There we go. Stop. What's our gross weight gonna be? 10,945. We're gonna be at 10.6, so we're good. So we can do steeper approach operations if we want to. Which we're not going to do. You're going to ride the glide slope down. Just want to sit here and monitor, make sure the computer picks everything up. No rain. There's a little rain over here, but nothing ahead of us. I think we're doing all right with the weather. I want to fly like really low and slow tomorrow, and I'm not sure what I'm going to fly. That's slow. I want slow. I'm in the mood for really low and slow. Might pick a stretch of Arrows Across America that we haven't done. I don't know how far east they went with it, or they got one going all the way from Mass. Maybe we'll pick it up in Pennsylvania and cross or something. I don't know. Fly a Jenny, something old and slow. Haven't flown the Jenny in a while. Maybe not as slow as the Jenny. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I'll fly that. Maybe the Stearman instead of the Jenny. But I like the Jenny. Jenny's slow. Super slow. The Jenny's was what would have been used during that time period of using the arrows. You have the Jenny too. It's in the base game. The Jenny doesn't have brakes. Once you land, you have to pull back on the stick really hard and dig the little stick on the tail into the ground. What's the old one I got? What's the other one I got? The one that's really good. I can't remember the name of it. Tiger Moth. Tiger Moth's good too. That's slow. Yeah, Tiger Moth's an awesome. Have you ever opened your cowl on the Tiger Moth? They even have the fucking valves moving on it. Yeah, we got our 4000. We got that popped up. You could literally see the push rods and the valves moving on it. It's fucking awesome, the detail they put into that thing. Of course, the people that made it own one in real life, but still. The fucking detail that is in that Tiger Moth is insane. Absolutely bonkers how detailed that is under the hood, under the cowling. Knock a range in. $25 miles. I gotta shut these off because they piss me off. I don't want to shut it off on every plane, but I wish I could shut it off just for like this. I know everything on this plane. I don't need all the extra big, because you're down here trying to type shit in this is blocking what you're trying to read. What am I trying to type in? Oh, I can't tell. Oh, I'll figure it out tomorrow. Nothing to do all day with no car. I hate a car. That's why for years I always had 2 cars in case one was in the shop. Always had 2. Now I don't have 2. It's pissed me off. Alright, here we go. Starting down the hill. I don't have the Waco, do I? I don't believe so. Alright, we gotta start watching our speed. Hey, there's Clam Jammer. How are you, sir? If you're in the chat or not. Or just flying along. Either way, good evening, sir. Probably the tiger moth. I like that the best one of the bunch. Alright, pull the power back. And then wait. And pull the power back and wait. Gotta love turboprops. Turboprops don't do anything instantly. Almost got her. Wait and see where it stabilizes at now. 245 would be good. We can go up to 255, but I'd like it stabilized, a little bit of play in there. Traffic, traffic, somebody's coming up on me. Traffic, traffic. Coming in from behind. See the yellow dot? Who is it? Oh, he's sneaking up on me. Jake. There's Icarus and Mrs. back there. Stop. Cut it out. Yeah, you'll see your friends in a few minutes. I gotta clear shit off the desk so that you don't trash anything. Here, start dumping memory cards over the weekend because they're gonna take all day to get freaking 512 gig off a memory card onto a fucking terabyte worth of shit. I'm not doing that anymore either. Of course, I'm not going to ride the train for a while, so that'll... Oh, we got to pull back a little more. 253. Come on, settle out. There it goes. That's better. Oh, you should have felt the updraft on that at the Grand Canyon out in that walkway. Of course, it's warm down in the canyon and wicked updrafts. The wind was blowing straight up from underneath you on that walkway. That was the glass walkway was cool. Fucking $100 to go out there for the. Funny, because last time I was out at that reservation before the walkway was there, and all this new shit they put out there, you go to the tribal office and you'd pay $5 and they'd give you a pass to throw in the dash of your car. And then you go over to the grocery store, the little grocery store there, and the guy in there would charge you $5 for the map of the area. And then you just drive where the hell you wanted. You could go out to the point, you could go to the little parking area on the side of the canyon. You do all that shit all on your own. Spend the day. It didn't matter because it wasn't. Now it's $100 to do everything, and they take you by bus around. You're not allowed to drive around. They take you to the 3 different spots and shit. It's like, fuck. We probably should have went up to the regular canyon because that's only like $25 for a car full. That's a national park, so that's like fucking cheap. And I have my national park pass, so it wouldn't cost us anything. But we got to stand on that glass walkway with air beneath your feet for 4,000 feet down. They let you bring your cell phone. They don't let you bring any other cameras or anything else with you. You have to lock up your wallet. You have to lock up. It's crazy. You got to lock up your wallet, your purses, everything but one cell phone, because if you drop it, it's gone. It's 4,000 feet straight down. You're not getting it back. Nobody's going down to get it. They have lockers, free lockers with a key, but you have to lock up all your stuff before you go out there. It's kind of sucked. I couldn't bring my. There's Jake. Couldn't bring my GoPro, which I'd rather have had than my cell phone. But apparently, like 2 years ago, you couldn't bring any of your own camera or stuff out there, and nobody went. When you couldn't take pictures of your own, nobody would go. So they changed it back to, there's a jet. Glenn Dimmer and F4. That's cool looking. Little wing wag. Looks like you got engine trouble. Spit, 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 spit. That was cool. That looked cool right there. Crossover. Yeah, I had a lot of fun when I was out there. I'm going to go out when I can spend more than 2 days, because even if he's working, I can just take his truck and go do stuff. Even if they're both working, I'm a big boy. I can go do stuff on my own. Oh, we went to this thing on Route 66 that I'd never heard of, even when I lived out there. There's this little watering hole that would been used for. It's on the side of the mountain. Obviously, the natives used it way back when, and people have been using it since. And it's all bricked up, and some water comes right out the side of the mountain in this little pond. And somebody dumped goldfish in there years ago, and they've survived. It's like got goldfish living in it. It's all green, but we went to there, checked that out, and then there was a little tiny. I saw a little bird getting a drink, and I was like, "What the hell's over there?" And we went in a little hole in the wall, a little round hole in the wall. This great big rock wall, and inside it was a pool of crystal clear water full of tadpoles in a fucking desert, like way out in the desert. It's like, where the fuck you get tadpoles? But it probably wasn't 8-inch round hole. 2 mice fall into a bucket of cream. It was just so fucking wild that this little tiny, and it was crystal clear water. It was like the other was all green, but this was right next to it. It was crystal clear and right full of tadpoles. It's so funky. Oh, yeah, we're landing. You can start to get excited, but you're not going to bother everybody yet. I can hear one like really close. There it is. I can hear him. Looks like he's got engine trouble. No. So that was cool. I never knew that was out there. People have always talked about it, but I had no idea where it was. Went and checked it out. Also went up on this overlook point. That was really cool. People have put memorials up there. It's kind of creepy. There's crosses everywhere up there. Oh boy, can you see a long ways from up there. That was cool. The traffic on Route 66 was nuts. They were patching it. They were trying to get it patched up before the big group came through. Patching the potholes and shit. Literally. This truck is patching the potholes because they know they're going to have a couple thousand cars coming through all at once. Luckily, we were a day ahead of that mess. But there's still a lot of cars out there, like more than I've ever seen on that little back-ass road. Yeah, spend 4 days of traveling to get out there to travel another 6 hours out the canyon and back. Yeah. There's the ocean. I'll get inside the plane and see what everything looks like. Because that's not all going to show up there because we have a different... Went the wrong way. Why do I always go the wrong way? Every time I hit the range, I go the wrong way with it. I gotta be ready there to start. Get some gear and all the other shit slowed down. Tomcat. Looks like it's doing actually a pretty good job tonight of the what's the landing speed? Like 120? Is it 120? Oh, no, don't put the flaps down now. Wrong button. Inside, inside, inside. I can't see it here. V8 177. Landing gear down at 181. But I think it's 120 for stall when you're coming in. I'm not mistaken. Steering starts at 60. Minimum control there, your VMC minimum. Your minimum's 100. So landing at 120 is good. Bling, who blinged? What blinged? Val Verde just subscribed. Well, welcome, Val. Bling. And Mr. Fergus Lurch just subscribed. So either one of my videos just went nuts and it was seen by a whole bunch of people, or people are actually watching tonight. Thank you, everybody who just subscribed. Probably one of my videos just did well. Something I dropped. Hard telling. We're creeping up on the 3,000. 3,000, getting close. I think 120 is main. Minimum maneuvering is 100. I think 120 is where you want to be. I haven't flown in a while. This one. Link ILS just popped up. We're in range. I gotta start slowing down a little bit. Well, how we got? No, we got 5 miles. 20 miles. Now we got 20 miles before we're gonna start slowing down even a little bit. We're good. We burned a little extra fuel. We were at 700 pounds estimated. Now we're down to 642. Still got plenty in there. 642 pounds of fuel, a lot of fuel. Traffic, traffic, traffic. Icarus. What happened to the perfect? I don't know. I had one for straight up, and I can't find it now. Oh. C'est la vie. Yeah, 121 is what we're supposed to be? No, maybe. I don't know. I think that's when we start dropping flaps and all that fun stuff, right? Flap operating 170 is where we start. And then 150 is the full. Flap extend is at 177, landing gear at 181. Start pulling off some speed here, get a little closer. Now I'm hoping it'll pick up the approach mode. Got an approach on here. So I had trouble picking it up the other day. And I chose ILS, so hopefully I can pick up the approach. I hope. Rather than RNAV, I chose ILS in. Turn my range in a little more. There we go. Ah, they're fine. Start pulling shit back. Slowing her down. I know, you don't like idle. There. Looking for 181. Get the gear down. I gotta pick my prop RPMs back up too. Come on, anytime you want to slow down plane. My torque. Now we're ready for go around. 86, 85, 84. Oh, we're... Oh, wrong button. Gear down. Flaps down. My speed is 140, 120. There's my green dot. That's what I'm looking for. It's 127, I think. 122, 120, 120 is landing speed. There we go. And flaps full. Let's see if we can pick up the approach. Nope. There it goes. A little short on the glide slope though. It's odd. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Too slow, too slow. Too slow. There we go. Typical turboprop. Takes a minute. Still not capturing the glide slope. I'm a little behind it here. $115. There we go. Come on, capture glide slope. There it goes. Bang. Nope. Slow down. Okay, it's actually working tonight. I'm going to chase that throttle all over the place. See, he's literally shaking. She's so excited because she knows we're landing. She's like sitting here vibrating. She's so excited. She knows I get to go crazy in a minute. Funny that a dog would recognize that you're coming in for a landing. Oh, landing speed is 115, by the way, now that you're way ahead of me and almost down. Yeah. You can probably tell that by now by looking on the dash. Double check everything. Alright, those on ground, they should be on there. That's on, everything's good. My gear. Where's my gear lights? A little cheat. Okay. Why can't I find my gear lights? Oh, now we got a hell of a crosswind. Oh, it's only 8 knots. Still got a crosswind. Doesn't look like the runway's loaded in yet. All the way. out just a little bit so I can turn my autopilot off. There we go. Get ready. It's doing a good job of putting us right on the runway, though. Even in the crosswind. Now it's having trouble compensating. Yeah, we gotta take over here. Little crosswind action. And I don't have the reversers on. Again, so I haven't fixed mapped that yet. Nice, 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 nice. That was smooth. I'll take that any day. Just back down to ground. The props. Take out that light. I didn't get too far past you guys. Oh, Sadie's on her pins and needles now. She's ready. Everybody else down already? Looks like it. Flaps up. Tuck in right here. The Sadie shell. Alright, just a minute, dog. Just a minute, dog. Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. Just a minute, just a minute. We'll get out so you can see everybody. Just a second. Jesus Christ. She's going crazy. There's everybody. Here comes Gertie. Here comes Gertie. There's Icarus and Cliff Demmer, Jake, Mrs. Gertie! There, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? This dog is batshit crazy. I don't know why she does this, but she seems to think it's fun. Alright, everybody. Sorry, short notice stream, but I just wanted to talk about the trip and just kind of chill tonight and wind down. And there, I'm going to look away for a minute so she'll stop. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with me and flying along and just hanging out and chat, whichever the case may be. Much appreciate everybody. Thanks to the 2 people who subscribed. Not sure if they were watching or if they just something else, but you're gonna go on the Ghost Recon. All right, dude, enjoy. There's forklift operators flying over top of us. So thanks, like I said, thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks for listening to me chat about my vacation. So now I don't have to talk about it anymore. I'm done. Had a good time. Had a good time flying with y'all. Tomorrow probably will be the Tiger Moth somewhere along the areas across America. So if you're up for low and slow, tomorrow night will be the deal. Have a good night, everybody. I'm out of here. Bye, guys.